Hello, welcome to BGwNiramas with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Draco. And we are going to go through we're going to do the channel update in news. It's July, the last time we did this was in March. It's terrible, I'm so sorry. I have no good excuse. I haven't done these as I should each month. Not sure why, but here I am finally with the green screen and ready. And I'm going to speed run this one. So, sit tight, hold on to something because we're going to do this quick because there's so much to talk about. So much have happened since March, of course. So let's just go through it, fairly quick. So, well, we're on the page here. We're going to start. The first thing I want to mention is that I want to give a shout out to Mr Meeple. So some sponsor stuff in here, but have this lovely Meeple t-shirt from them. They were kind enough to send this to me and some other t-shirts as well. They have really cool designs for board game related t-shirts, like on Mr Meeple here. You can find the meeple.info as the webpage. I'll put the link down in the description as well. You can check them out. Really cool stuff. Now, let's start talking about what has been filmed since we last did this. But of course, I'm going to skip some titles, but most of them are going to come here. So we're going to start here with Drakberget or Dragon's Peak, which is a Swedish design game that I filmed together with Draco, and yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this with Draco. It's a two-player game only. You're going to duel it out, and it has some resemblance to chess basically, but you play cards to activate your pawns on the board. You only have 3 pawns. I don't like this kind of games. I don't like abstract games, really. It's not my cup of tea or whatever. So yeah, it's not for me, but if you like this kind of games, then I think Dragon's Peak is going to be something for you. Then we just move on here straight to the next one. And it is the important channel announcement. And as you can see, I'm really, what am I doing? Well, this was, of course, April the 1st. So yeah, I mean, spoiling it here, sorry, but of course this was not it looks like I kind of lost it there, but that pandemic board was not needed for anything else. So then we will continue here with something I don't even remember what it was now because I just put everything up here, but it's the top 10 games to bring to a nuclear shelter. So in this one I rank my top 10 games that I would like to bring to a nuclear shelter or to a deserted island or whatever you want to call it. But I thought there was more fun with that shelter. And so these are 10 games. As you can see here, number 10 is Seven Wonders, so a bit of a spoiler there. But if you want to check out the rest of it, just go check it out. And in this, I tried to sort of mix it up so that 10 games that would fit different kinds of crowds, that would be lasting for a long time as well, because we're going to be in that shelter, who knows how long. I hope we never get there, but anyhow. Then, as we continue here, we're going to talk a bit about Yukon, where I filmed this together with Martin. And this is a very, very easy, to set up and play game. It's few components and all that, but I really enjoyed it. It reminded me a bit about these, games I played as a child, basically. So I think this for kids or for, families, Yukon can really be something fun. Picked it up at Essenspiel last year, so yeah, I wanted to get a video out of it. Then we are going to continue here with something else. Well, it's Lord of the Rings Journeys in Middle-earth. This is one of the playthroughs I spent most time on making ever, because it's in 3 parts, and it took so long to make because I have to switch back and forth. Well, I didn't have to, but I wanted to make it look nice. So I switched back and forth between the board and the app on the computer, because it is an app-assisted game. The issues, well, it was kind of sad because I was working a lot at the time as well. I did this, I recorded it, I started editing, I edited for hours and hours, and then I realized, once I put it out on YouTube, I realized that you can't really see much of the cards. You can't see the text on the cards because I had too bright light in the room, really. And there's these small cards with the white background that didn't work out. So, it was terrible. The first part, you just have to, you can tag along since I talk about what the cards do as well, so you can tag along. And then when I got to the second part, I actually put in pictures of the cards. I took some, scanned the cards. Here's the app, actually. And also the third part is really good because then I, fixed the issue. So there's some issues with the first one, but if you want to check this out, The Lord of the Rings, a really fun adventure game, then go do that and just, have some patience with the first part there. Then we go into Terraforming Mars Turmoil, the expansion for Terraforming Mars, and this was a talkthrough of the Kickstarter campaign. This is something new that I started doing. Some, haven't done that many yet, but I'm going to continue to do these sort of talkthroughs of a Kickstarter campaign when there's games that I really want to, promote or I'm really excited about, like this one, the expansion for a new expansion for Terraforming Mars. Of course, I'm excited. And I just talk through what do you get in the Kickstarter, what do they offer here on the page, what are the different pledge levels and all that. And as we continue here, I did some, this is from Twitch actually, because I did do some twitching, some streams on Twitch. Now I sort of took a pause on that because Twitch, I didn't really like the setup on Twitch because the videos disappear after a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. And I mean, if I'm going to spend the time making videos, I want to have them on the platform for a long time, like YouTube. So I haven't given up totally on Twitch. I just, I probably will stream some Gloomhaven when it comes to Steam here in, was it 2 weeks or something like that? Well, less than 2 weeks, I think. Then I am going to stream some. I'm going to stream on YouTube first and foremost. And then I'll do some Twitch as well if I want to do a lot of it, basically. But I did some Pandemic. Really, really cool here. And I was struggling with this. I think I played like 4 or 5 times before I made it the first time on normal. I had some issues with it. It's been a while since I played Pandemic. Then I did an interview with Jonathan Frixelius at GotCon. So I was at GotCon in Gothenburg. It's like it's not the first. The first one for me each part of the first half of the year. The first one is CalCon in Kalmar. That's in February, but I didn't film anything there. Then I was at GotCon at Eastern. Did this interview with Jonathan. Really nice to talk about Turmoil, and we had a good, great time talking off cam as well. Really cool guy. So yeah, that was fun. And he showed some stuff, gave us some insights and so on. Well, actually, I did film at CalCon. I filmed his brother, Enoch Frixelius, told us about Turmoil at CalCon as well. Just a sneak peek there. Then Gaia Project Solo Playthrough 2. I went back to Gaia Project. Once again, I put in a lot of hours on this playthrough. Try to do these playthroughs a bit more, puts in some more effort from my side, more editing. I use 2 different camera angles. I switch between them. I zoom in. I highlight stuff. I'm speeding up parts, like when I shuffle a deck, I speed that up. There's a lot of small editing tips and, well, not tips, tricks involved in making these, but they take a lot of hours to do. At the same time, I do like it when I can feel proud of, when I have done it. I like the result and so on. So like this one, I have my normal camera, but I also have an overview camera. And I think it's okay, but I need to get a better camera from the overview, and that's something I'll work on here in the future as well, because that quality is not good enough right now. And well, one way I did a lot of, I was going to say something else, but anyhow, I did a lot of these Keyforge videos because we had a new set release for Keyforge, the second set. So I did a lot of these deck unboxings or deck reviews, as I call them. When I talk about the deck, I open it up for the first time and take a look, and I talk about what I think about it. I will keep doing this. I have a bunch of them already stored up that I already filmed. So I'm going to release once every week. I'm going to release these for at least a few months more. It's really fun for me, and I know that they don't get that many views, but I know that some of you watching really enjoy them. So I'm doing it for you guys. And then I was at Stockholm Tabletop Game Expo. Really cool stuff in the capital of Sweden. And I was a host there, sort of, on the stage as well. And wow, yeah, this was so much fun. Here's the Asmodee booth, Keyforge stuff, and so on. It was like a mini SN, really mini. But anyhow, really fun to see this kind of event happening in Sweden. There's of course these conventions, but conventions is one thing, I think, and this is more like a fair, basically. More of these. Yeah, it's different. It has a different feel, just like Essen Spiel has a different feel than some of these conventions where you just sit in game with friends and so on. So this was really fun, shaky camera and all that, but yeah. So let's see. Let's move on here to I don't remember what I stored up. Okay, so here we have Steam Freaks, which is a prototype of a game that a friend of mine, Mats Jengard, made. So I play it together with him. We show how it works and so on. And he also used this video for some design competition, board game design competition, and so on. And yeah, it was really fun to play it with him. And I just, he's been supporting a lot. Yeah, he's the one making a lot of the artwork for the channel, all the like cool Draco pictures and all that stuff. So then we also had here, of course, the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was in May and a bit into June, when I tried to get funds for going to Essen Spiel this fall, and also to upgrade the studio, which I am about to do as well. And it went so well. I'm just overwhelmed with all the support. So many backers, so many dollars backed as well, and also the support, just people, cheering me on. That really boosted me. So happy for that. So thank you to everyone who has been backing, and we'll of course do a Kickstarter next year as well. We'll keep doing these in May every year. Here's the Keyforge Age of Ascension, the new set, the first playthrough I made with this one, and this was like before it was released, so I was really excited because I got some decks from Asmodee early on, and I was so excited about that. So I played some with Draco here, just to show the new cards and all that. If you're into Keyforge, go check out all the Keyforge videos on the channel, there's a bunch of them. So then we keep going here, trying to keep up the speed right, and here we have some from Lincoln. That is another highlight of the year for me. Lincoln in Linköping, in eastern part of Sweden. This is really a convention, just like GotCon. So it's this, university we're at. There's all these hallways and classrooms, and you sit in game and meet a lot of people, make connections, meet old friends, meet new friends. I really love it. Had such a great time there. I can't wait to go back next year. And next year, actually, which I'm really happy about. Next year, the Lincoln is going to be 1 weekend earlier, because it's determined by a holiday in Sweden. So it's going to be 1 weekend earlier than usual, which means I can go to UK Games Expo as well, which I'm really look forward to. I haven't been there yet. And then we did Underwater Cities gameplay run through together with Draco. Played some Underwater Cities. Really enjoy this game. It's a really cool game, and I enjoyed playing it with Draco as well. And I am going to do a solo playthrough of this soon as well. So, if you're interested in Underwater Cities, make sure to check out for that solo playthrough coming soon. And then we had an unboxing. I just threw an unboxing in here. There's more unboxings on the channel, but this is for Sorcerer, a new game from White Wizard Games. I think this looks really cool. I am excited to try this out. Hopefully I can do that soon and make a gameplay video as well, because it looks really nice. Really nice artwork, and the theme is really dark. It's like horror theme, but I liked it, and I like it looks like it's like a dueling game of wizards basically, and it looks interesting. Then we had the Robinson Crusoe live playthrough. I did some live playthroughs to sort of celebrate the successful Kickstarter campaign. One of them was Robinson Crusoe. I went back to it and did a new scenario that I haven't played before, and it was really fun. It was really hard though, with this volcano island, erupting, and yeah, it went fairly well. I shouldn't say too much, but yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I think it's such a good solo game. Really like it, or co-op game for that matter. And we're getting close to the end here with some Empty Space, or Empty Space Explorers as it's called at the start, but now it's called Empty Space. And this is a prototype. This game is still on Kickstarter, so you can go check that out. Really fun little card game. I must say that when I got it, it was just like a little, cloth bag and just a little deck of cards, and I didn't have any high expectations. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I played it with Martin as well. I played it with Draco here. And it's really fun, and it looks nice. I think it looks really nice. It looks really nice on this player mat as well. That's something that wasn't, didn't come with the game. But then we have another fun thing here from Kickstarter. It's these tables, these little miniature tables in wood. And here I'm just, it's just set up. I pretend to play some Yahtzee with Draco, and Draco gets, angry because I always win. And he rolls bad. So what can you do then? Well, you can... Here it comes. you can flip the table. That's what these tables are for. Outburst tables. They're supposed to be there so that you can flip them instead of your big table, which is just such a silly, fun idea. And it's still on Kickstarter, so you can check that out if you haven't as well. Then we played some Lost City Rivals. Lost Cities is a cool game, I think, and now the Rivals game, I liked it even more, especially since this is for 2 to 4 players. Now, we played it on 2 players just to demonstrate it in this run-through, but I think you should play it on 3 or 4 players because it's an auction game, and you have an auction game, you want to have more people so you can do the auction with. But really nice stuff from Rainer Knizia and Cosmos. I'm really happy Cosmos sent this to me. I'm really happy that Cosmos, I got that connection with Cosmos now. And then Orbital Conflict is a game from 2 Swedes that designed this game, Steelkeep Studios, the company. And this is also 2 to 4, but mostly for me, I played it mostly as a duel game with 2 players, and you go back and forth building up a space station, and then you attack the other player's space station. You try to gather as much points as you can. There's some really interesting ways that you get points in this game. You sort of fulfill missions, but then you don't necessarily get to keep those points cards that you scored from that mission. You might get, they might get pushed out later on, which is really interesting. I haven't seen that in another game before, so that was a cool thing. And then we have the River, which is a really lightweight game from Days of Wonder, a really gateway game, but it's a gateway worker placement game, and I feel like I don't really have any of those. I mean, this is more gateway than Lords of Waterdeep. So I think this is a keeper for me, and not maybe to play, with my gaming group, but more like to have and play with my sister's kids, or with some people that are really new to board gaming. This could be a good way to just introduce them to worker placement and this resource management and building buildings and get scoring points and all that. And I think it looks nice. It really looks really nice and has really good components. The Glass Draco Meeple doesn't come with the game, of course. But then finally for these, we have the top 10 solo games. Just did this just yesterday, and it's up on YouTube now. My top 10 solo games. I get a little bit of spoiler here, where number 9 is Friday. But yeah, there's a lot of games here I talk about, and this is the list that has been most requested for these almost 3 years I've been active on YouTube. People have been asking me over and over again, please do make, can you make a top 10 solo game list? And for some reason it's taken all this time, but now it's finally here. And it was also something that people voted on, because I have my group on Facebook that people can vote on what to be filmed. So that's something you can check out. The Seventh Continent, What Goes Up Must Come Down is the next big thing I'm going to film. I'm going to make a series of playthroughs of this one, where I, just like I did in the first season, I'm going to make one episode, and then I'm going to stop after 30 minutes or 20-30 minutes. And I'm going to ask you a question. What do you want me to do in the next episode? And then you can tell me in the comment section, and then next week I'll do a new episode, and I'll do whatever the most comments suggested me to do. So this is a fun way to make a playthrough, I think, a playthrough series. This will probably be a lot of episodes with one of the new curses, the new scenarios from the new expansion that I just got from Kickstarter. And one thing I am going to film here in July as well is Raiders of the North Sea, together with the two expansions. I'm going to make a run through together with Draco. And this was also something that was voted on by the BGwNiramas voters panel on Facebook. And the only way to get in there is to support the channel. It's the Kickstarter backers and the Patreon backers that get access to that group, so they can vote on upcoming videos. If you're interested in getting in on that, you can check out Patreon at patreon.com/BGwNiramas. If you support the channel with any amount, first of all, really appreciate that. And also you will get invited to the voters panel group, so you can be a part of deciding what's to come on the channel every month. So that was it. I think I got everything that I wanted to say in a sort of short span. Try to talk pretty fast here. I hope that you could keep up. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see each other soon again. I'm going to really try to do a new channel update and news in August, so we don't have to wait that long in between, and so that we don't get this much content to talk about in between. It's much better if it's smaller size of content, because then I can go more deeply into my behind the scenes talk about it. Have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching. Take care. Bye bye.